Making sure that our voice is as strong as it can be takes teamwork. Hey, and welcome back to the singing studio. Today we are going to talk about our range a little bit more and how we can strengthen our range by using teamwork with the different elements of our voice. So, just to recap, we talked about our chest voice, our head voice, and our bridge. Let's just go over where those are located in the voice and how we can utilize these elements to make our voice even stronger. So we have our chest voice, that's our lower register. We have our head voice, that's our upper register. And in between those two registers, we have the bridge. And the bridge, if you remember, is a little bit tricky and maybe intimidating for some of us because that bridge is where we often crack or squeak because there is that transition between the lower and the higher voices. So, these three parts of our voice are so important, and we can isolate and work on these things just by themselves. But in order to strengthen our range and in order to make our voice stronger, we need to utilize all three portions of our voice, our chest, our head, and our bridge, in order to strengthen our range, in order to strengthen our voice, and just to have the best sound possible. And that's what we want. That's why we take voice lessons, so that we can expand our range and make our vocal abilities more advanced. So today I've prepared some really fun exercises to help utilize specifically our chest, head, and bridge all together as a team. And these exercises are a little bit more challenging. Again, we are working on that full range, so of course it's going to be a little trickier. It might be even out of our comfort zone a little bit, but it's really important to try different variations of exercises because those sorts of exercises will help our voice become better, and having that a little bit of variation kind of mixes it up a little bit in our routine. Doesn't make it so boring sometimes. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. And here are those exercises. For our first exercise, we will be doing a fun we to ah vowel exercise. Let me demonstrate it for you first so you can know what it sounds like. We are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we So I really like this exercise because it moves through our chest voice into our head voice. So we obviously go through that bridge. I love it because it's a small enough scale that you can focus on either the chest voice or the head voice, but also it really helps bridge that gap when you do your entire range. So as you're doing it, make sure that you're using a lot of good breath support. It is a longer phrase, so you don't want to run out of breath by the time you're done singing it. And make sure that you're keeping that voice nice and consistent. Our next exercise is a really fun woo exercise, and let me demonstrate that for you. Woo. So this is a really nice, simple, light exercise. It's really helping us jump larger intervals in our voice. So there may be a possibility that you might even jump through the bridge from your chest voice to your head voice, to your head voice to your chest voice. Doing these jumps really helps get those muscles moving so that we can get used to transitioning between our head voice and our chest voice and through that bridge. And so this exercise, again, just like our previous exercise, requires a lot of good breath support so that we can jump those intervals. And also make sure that you're nice and relaxed. Don't strain anything. If you find yourself going up the scale and it's getting a little too high, make sure that you just come back down. Go at your range that's most comfortable for you. But also this is meant to challenge you. So don't back off from the sound. Just really, really try and utilize that breath so that you can come out strong and yeah. In this exercise, we'll be doing a fun newy, yui, yui, you. And let me demonstrate that for you. Newy, yui, 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 you. I really like this exercise because it really puts it at the front of our face, the newy, yui, yui, you. Make sure that we're not going newy, yui, yui, you, but we're going newy, yui, yui, you. The reason why I like to focus on this nice forward space in this exercise is to help us as we're going through that bridge to remind us to not back away and to also keep it nice and forward, and we're just continuing that laser beam focus. The worst thing that we can do as we are transitioning from our chest voice to our head voice is backing off. And again, like I've talked about at the beginning of this video, it takes a lot of teamwork between our chest, head voice, and bridge to really help smooth out our range. And so reminding ourselves to keep things nice and forward is going to remind our breath to stay strong, and it's also just going to help us sound a lot more consistent all around. Obviously, am I telling you to sing every song like Glinda from Wicked? No. But having that nice forward, almost nasally sort of sound can really help our voice and help remind our voice to have that consistency and to help us not put it in the back of our throats. So I know it kind of sounds weird and it might feel weird. You might get some tingling in your nose and everything. That's totally fine. But just make sure that you're not putting it in the back of your throat and you're remembering that laser focus. Okay, you guys, that is all for our video today. Be sure to watch the supplemental video that will have all of the exercises in them so that you can follow along with me. Make sure to like this video, and I hope you have an amazing day. I do these videos every other week, but if you still want more musical theater, check out my newsletter. It's called Beyond the Score, and it just takes a closer look at musical theater history. You can find that at jskstories.com.